In the medieval world, kings were not just fathers, they were rulers, tyrants, and guardians of dynasties. Their daughters were not seen as children with dreams, but as pawns of politics, bargaining chips to secure alliances and strengthen thrones. And sometimes, when a princess dared to say no, her punishment was worse than death. This is the story of a king who sealed his own daughter alive in a tomb-like chamber simply because she refused to marry the man he had chosen. The princess was young, beautiful, and strong-willed. From the moment she could walk, she was told that her life belonged not to herself, but to her father, the king. Every lesson, every dress, every step was planned to prepare her for one purpose: to marry into another royal house and bring honor to her dynasty. But when the time came, the princess rebelled. Her father had chosen a powerful prince from a rival kingdom. To the king, this marriage was not about love, but survival. It was a treaty, a political deal, a way to ensure peace. But to the princess, it was a prison. She had seen what marriage meant in the royal world: endless control, silence, and being reduced to nothing more than a womb for heirs. With quiet courage, she told her father she would not marry. That single act of defiance was unforgivable. The king raged with fury. To him, her refusal was not only rebellion, but treason. If she would not marry, she endangered his entire throne. And so he made a decision that would stain his name forever. One night, the princess was dragged from her chambers. Servants covered her mouth so her cries could not reach the palace halls. She was taken to an old stone crypt beneath the palace grounds. Inside was a narrow chamber, dark and airless, more like a grave than a room. Torches flickered against the cold walls as the king's guards forced her inside. Her father stood at the entrance. Some chronicles claim he did not speak a single word. Others say he cursed her, calling her ungrateful and selfish. The girl begged, crying that she was his daughter, not his enemy. But the king did not listen. With a wave of his hand, masons sealed the entrance with heavy stones. Brick by brick, the light disappeared until only darkness remained. Inside, the princess screamed and pounded on the walls, but no one answered. The last sound the guards heard was her voice breaking into sobs as the final stone was placed. The king walked away, his crown heavy, but his heart cold. In his mind, he had preserved the honor of his dynasty. In truth, he had murdered his own child, not with a sword, but with silence and stone. Days passed, then weeks. Some whispered that her cries could still be heard beneath the palace floor at night. Servants avoided the crypt, claiming her spirit wandered, searching for air, for freedom, for life. The people of the kingdom began to murmur, horrified that a king could bury his daughter alive, but no one dared to speak openly, for fear that they too would be silenced. The fate of the princess became legend. Some said she starved in the dark, clutching the only possession she had, a small cross around her neck. Others said she went mad, scratching prayers into the walls until her fingers bled. And some believed she never died at all, that the tomb became her eternal prison, where her ghost remained, a warning to all women who defied kings. When the king died years later, his legacy was not of power or glory, but of cruelty. His throne passed to another, but the memory of the daughter he buried alive never left the people's minds. Mothers told their children the tale as a warning: obedience keeps you alive, but defiance brings death. Today, ruins of forgotten castles across Europe and Asia still carry stories like this: hidden chambers sealed with stone, unexplained cries in the night, and legends of royal daughters who vanished without a trace. Historians debate which stories are true and which are legend, but the pattern remains the same: a world where kings saw daughters not as lives, but as sacrifices. The story of the princess buried alive is not just about one king and one daughter. It is about the cruelty of an age when royal blood was both a blessing and a curse. Crowns glittered above, but beneath the palaces lay darkness where even the innocent could be entombed alive. It reminds us that behind the golden marble of royal courts were tragedies too cruel to imagine. A father sealing his daughter in stone, a child crying for freedom, and a crown built not on glory, but on grief. If you found this story powerful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and write your thoughts in the comments below. In our next video, we will uncover another shocking royal secret that history tried to hide.